Hello everyone, my name is Mary and today I'm going to be doing the new To BookTube tag, which was started by the channel called Between Chapters. I have a list of questions on my phone. Number 1, where are you joining us from? I am living in Canada, Alberta in particular, and yes, it is very cold outside and there's a lot of snow. Number 2, how old are you? I don't really like giving my exact age because there's certain expectations that come with certain ages. For example, when I turned 16, I was supposed to be able to drive, but I still do not drive, and I'm no longer 16. I am in university though, if that gives you any idea. Number 3, why did you join BookTube? I literally just woke up from a nap and I was like, I've got nothing else to do today. There's still 2 more days of winter break and I like watching people talk about books on YouTube, so why don't I do the same? Number 4, what is the meaning behind your channel name? I don't actually have a channel name yet. I haven't gotten that far in this process, but I'm thinking I'm going to do something like The Reading Zebra because I'm reading and I'm a zebra. Number 5, what types of books do you read? I read pretty much everything. There's not a specific genre that I stay in. I kind of move around. The only thing I don't really read is really scary books, and I used to when I was younger, and I really liked them. But then I started having nightmares, and I couldn't sleep, and had insomnia, and I had to sleep with my lamp on all night long. So that was just a really rough time, and I don't do that to myself anymore. And I also don't really read a lot of mysteries. I don't know, I don't really have anything against them. I'm not really drawn to them most of the time, but if you know of any really good mysteries, I will check them out. For the most part, I read literary fiction, YA, fantasy, contemporary. I read some romance, not a lot, because a lot of it is problematic. Classics, I really like classics. Number 6, who are some of your favorite authors? I don't feel like I've read enough from one specific author to claim that they are my favorite. I really like Margaret Atwood, and I would say she's my favorite author, but I've only read one of her books, which was The Handmaid's Tale, and it was really good, and I feel like her other books are probably just as good, but I wouldn't know because I haven't read them. The only person who I've read enough of their books to say that they're my favorite is probably Charles Dickens. I like Charles Dickens. Oliver Twist was one of the first books I read as a child, which might be an odd first book for a children's choice, but it is what it is. I'm hoping by the end of the year that I'll have read more books from more people and that I will be able to have a better idea of who my favorite authors are. Also, my favorite authors have changed from when I was younger. Like, there's authors that were definitely my favorites when I was younger, but looking back now, they're not my favorite authors at this point in my life because their books were more for that time of my life, the past, and I want favorite authors for the now. Number 7, what's the last book you read? Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, which was the cutest thing I've ever read in my life. I apologize, I got this from the library, so there's a sticker kind of covering up the title. It's good. It's cute. Go read it if you haven't read it. Number 8, what are you currently reading? It's on the couch over there, so I'll grab it. I'm currently reading Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella. She wrote Confessions of a Shopaholic series, which I never read, but I watched the movie and I thought it was great. This book is okay so far. I'm about halfway through, and again I got it from the library, so sorry about the covering up of the title. It's what my library likes to do. I picked up this book because it is about a girl who has an anxiety disorder, and I can relate to that, so I'm trying it out. A couple things I relate to and a couple things I don't. I'll tell you what I rate it when I'm done. Number 9, what do you use for bookmarks? I actually don't have any bookmarks, I don't think. I kind of just close the book and remember where I am. that weird? I guess if I had a nice bookmark, I would use it, but I just don't really. Number 10, show us your current TBR pile. And these are all library books. This is my pile. There's 3 books. Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova, I think. I'm really bad at pronouncing things. For Today I'm a Boy by Kim Fu. Indian Horse by Richard Wagamese. And I'm really looking forward to reading those books. And I'll let you know how they are. Number 11, which do you prefer, hardback or paperback? And I actually prefer paperback because I just find it easier to hold on to and it's less heavy. It's easy to just throw in my backpack and not weigh me down that long distance from here to the bus stop to my classes. But I do find hardbacks to be prettier on the shelf because the spines don't get the crinkles, the little crinkles in them. I try and be very careful with my spines, but if I lend out a book or whatever and then I get it back and there's crinkles in the spine, then I have to live with that on my shelf for the rest of my life. If I'm getting a library book, I like to get paperbacks, but if I'm going to buy a book, I usually try and buy hardback when I can. But again, I'm poor, which leads us to the next question. Owning or borrowing books? And I prefer to own, but I'm poor and I go to the library, so I have nothing against borrowing. But I do like to own just because I like to see my collection on the bookshelf, and I want to start having my own library like Belle and Beauty and the Beast, and have stairs that go up to the top of my bookshelf, and that's my dream. Oh, also, ebooks or physical books? Physical books. I can't read ebooks. If I'm desperate and ebook is the only format that I can read a book in, I will, but I get headaches from the screen and it hurts my eyes, and there's just something about holding a book and feeling how many more pages are left and the smell and the whole experience. It's just, I like the physical books. Number 12, what book or series got you into reading? This is The Velveteen Rabbit by Marjorie Williams, and this is the first book I ever owned. I have a little birthday wish from my parents. I got this for my 3rd birthday. I learned how to read from this book. I think this is the first book I read, and then I read Oliver Twist and Black Beauty right afterwards. So I didn't really go through the stage of reading readers where they're like, Tom sat on a log and Dick and Jane ran up a hill. I never read those. Nope, I went straight into The Velveteen Rabbit, and it was great. 13, how did you discover BookTube? And I don't remember how I first discovered it. I was probably just clicking on random videos on YouTube, and it ended up that I watched a BookTube video and I loved it, but I actually don't remember because this was years ago. Probably 2011 I started watching them, so it's been a hot minute. Number 14, what challenges do you think you'll face in your own channel? Is that what it says? With your own channel. Probably getting people to watch me. I feel like it's really hard to get people to watch you, but I do plan to stick with it, so it would be nice if I could get people to join me and comment and like and subscribe and all that. Also, time and effort, and money, because I have a really janky camera and I get library books, so I'm not like one of those super professional people with their $800 cameras and our bookshelf full of books, but I think we can still have fun. 15, where else can we find you? I'll link my Twitter and my Goodreads. I'll link them below. You can click them if you want. I like having Goodreads friends. I have probably 13 right now, so the more the merrier. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you continue to watch as I make more videos. Awkward ending on how to close. See you later. Bye. Farewell. Okay, bye.